Most people think getting lean is about dramatic changes, cutting out carbs, grinding through brutal workouts, and pretty much starving themselves. But let's be real. How many times have you tried that and actually stuck with it? If getting lean required suffering through boiling chicken and soul-crushing cardio, I'd still be out of shape. It's the small, underrated habits that will help you transform your body like this. So instead of chasing the next trendy workout plan or the latest fad diet, let's focus on what actually works. Here are 3 underrated habits you need to master in 2025 to finally get lean and stay that way. Let's get into it. So when do you work out? If your answer is something like, oh, whenever I have time, or it depends on the day, then we've already found the problem. Because the reality is, people who get lean don't fit in their workouts. They schedule them. Think about it. Do you fit in your work meetings? Do you fit in picking up your kids? No. You plan for them, you block out time for them, and you show up. Your workouts need the same level of commitment. Most people just approach fitness like a New Year's resolution, enthusiastic, full of energy, and ready to go until life happens. Work gets busy, plans pop up, a random email derails your entire day. Before you know it, that "I'll go later" workout turns into I'll start again Monday. This is why people struggle to stay consistent. They don't have a set time, so they consistently have to find time. And that's a losing battle. So here's what you need to do. Choose 3 to 5 days per week that actually fit your schedule. Be realistic with yourself. Set an exact time, not just an after work or whenever I have time. Write it in your calendar like an actual appointment. Treat this time like an important meeting. If someone tries to book over it, handle it the same way you would a doctor's appointment you've waited months for. It's not up for debate. If you want to eliminate excuses before they start creeping in, train when you wake up. Here's why. Fewer distractions, no last-minute work emergencies, social invites, or unexpected plans. No decision fatigue. By the end of the day, you've made hundreds of small choices throughout the day. Skipping the gym feels way too easy. More energy. People think that training in the morning makes them tired. In reality, it gives you more energy throughout the day. If you absolutely can't train in the morning, that's fine. Just commit to a specific time that works for you and don't leave it to chance. Have a backup plan. If you miss your morning session, train in the evening. If you miss a gym session, have a quick home workout as your fallback. If you miss a day, do it the next. Think the 2-day rule by James Clear, not skipping a habit 2 days in a row. If your day gets hectic, even 30 minutes is better than nothing. Do fewer sets, add in more supersets, and rest a bit less. The people who get lean and stay lean don't let small obstacles throw them off track. They pivot, they adjust, and still get the work done. Most people don't fail because of a lack of effort. They fail because they never create a system that allows them to succeed long term. So set your training schedule, protect it, and show up, just like you would for anything else important in your life. Because if you're serious about getting in shape, it's not about finding time. It's about making time. The next habit will make it even easier for you to stay on track. If you've ever found yourself standing in front of the fridge, staring blankly at the shelves as if they might magically present the perfect meal option, you're not alone. Most people make their diet way harder than it needs to be. They overthink every meal, switch things up constantly, and end up wondering why they're stuck in a never-ending cycle of starting over again. One day it's a burrito, the next day it's sushi, then some random salad, and before they know it, they've got zero consistency, no clue what's working, and an unhealthy relationship with MyFitnessPal. The result, frustration, stalled progress, and a lot of second guessing. So how do you fix it? You simplify everything. The easiest way to stick to a diet: stop treating it like a culinary world tour. I get it, variety is great, but if you're constantly changing up what you eat, it's impossible to know what's actually working. Pick a few go-to meals for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner, then rotate them. And when you get bored, switch one out. Hit your protein and calorie targets, because if you're not doing that, nothing else matters. Then you can start building on things. Make meal decisions easy so you actually have the energy for things like lifting heavy and winning at life. Think of it like this. If you love Japanese food, find a high protein Japanese dish that fits your goals and stick with it. You love sandwiches, make a protein friendly fill-in version and make it a staple. If you really struggle, maybe start with a meal prep service for lunch and dinner, or for days when you know things are going to be extra busy. You don't have to eat chicken and rice for every meal, nor should you. You just need to stop winging it. Most people track their diet in the wrong way. They get lost in the tiny details that don't really matter, like whether sweet potatoes are better than white potatoes, while the actual key variables that dictate their results. Here's what you should actually focus on: calories and protein. These determine whether you gain muscle, lose fat, or just stay stuck. So track them in real time, not at the end of the day. Many studies have shown that when calories and protein are equal, the distribution of fats and carbs is less relevant for fat loss. Just think about what you can actually stick to. You want to look at your body weight trends. Day-to-day fluctuations mean nothing. Track your weekly average. A great app for this is Happy Scale. You want to make sure you're actually progressing with your workouts. If you're not getting stronger over time, you're probably not building muscle. Track your workouts using a free app like JE Heavy, Strong, or Alpha Progression. Most people let their emotions drive their decisions. I feel bloated, I must be gaining fat, instead of looking at the actual data. By tracking the right things, you take the guesswork out of the process and avoid overreacting every time the scale jumps up by like half a pound. You don't need a 2-hour gym routine with 14 exercises per session. Most people quit because they make their training way too exhausting. Instead, have a more minimalist approach. Build around consistency over exhaustion. It's what gets results in the long term. Focus on key compound lifts 70 to 80% of the time. Build each workout around 4 to 6 main exercises. Then use the double progression model to progressively overload. Get stronger over time and avoid unnecessary volume for the sake of it. If you're making consistent progress, don't just go adding in volume because your favorite influencer is misquoting a new study. By simplifying both your diet and your workouts, you make consistency feel a lot easier, which means progress comes faster and feels generally easier. Most people think they need more information. What they really need is fewer distractions and a solid system. So stop overthinking every meal, track what actually matters, and watch how much easier this all becomes. The final habit will help you stay on track even when you feel like you've failed. Most people don't quit because of one bad meal or one missed workout. They quit because they let one mistake snowball into 5. It starts small, one slip up, one bad decision, but instead of course correcting, they go into full meltdown mode. Let's talk about 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, the I ruined everything spiral. You overeat, no big deal, right? But instead of just moving on, you think, screw it, I've already messed up. I might as well eat everything in sight. And suddenly, one extra slice of pizza turns into a full weekend binge. Scenario 2, the I'll start again Monday trap. You miss a workout again. No big deal. But instead of getting back on the next day, you tell yourself, well, this week is a write-off. I'll start fresh on Monday. And just like that, one skip session turns into an entire lost week. This is why so many people fail. They don't fail because they mess up. They fail because they overreact to actually messing up. You want to know what the most underrated fitness habit is? Not letting small slip-ups spiral out of control. Overate at dinner? No problem. More energy for tomorrow's workout. Move on and get straight back to it. Missed a session? So what? Train tomorrow. One workout doesn't make or break your progress. Scale jumped up? Relax. It's probably water weight. keep going. People who get results aren't the ones who never mess up. They're the ones who don't let small setbacks turn into total self-sabotage. One bad meal, one missed session, irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Fitness is about weeks, months, years, not just one bad day. Imagine driving on a long road, you hit a pothole. Do you A, pull over and slash all 4 of your tires? Or B, keep driving because it's just a bump in the road? Most people mentally slash all their tires when they make a mistake. Instead, treat setbacks as speed bumps. Annoying, but nothing that actually stops you. This entire process comes down to consistency over time. And the number one reason people lose consistency, they get discouraged over nothing. The reality, perfection isn't required. Mistakes are normal. Your long-term success is determined by what you do next. Stop stressing over small slip-ups. Just reset, refocus, and keep going. That is the real secret to staying lean long term. Most people will watch this, nod along, and then do nothing. They'll stay stuck in the same cycle, overcomplicating their diet, skipping their workouts, beating themselves up over small mistakes. Then in 6 months, they'll wonder why nothing has changed. But this doesn't have to be you. Imagine this, a year from now, you're in the best shape of your life because you committed to the small, consistent habits instead of chasing quick, intense fixes. You're not guessing anymore because you've built a system that makes progress automatic. You're confident not just in how you look, but in the fact that you finally have control over your health and fitness. And it all starts with the decisions you make today. Are you going to keep waiting for the perfect time, or are you going to start building these habits right now so that a year from today, you're looking back grateful that you did? If this video helped, drop a comment below and let me know which one of these habits you feel you need to work on the most. And if you're ready to ditch the trial and error and follow a structured plan with an expert coach and real accountability by me, check out the links in the description. This is your year. Don't waste it. Thanks so much for watching. Have the best day, and I'll see you in the next one.